Hello everybody, welcome back to the Jade Empire walkthrough. One of the kind of cool things that they added with this game is where whenever you've got an autosave, or I should say depending on where your autosave is at, it'll display a different title screen. So I'm going to try to add that title, the different title screens in at the beginning of, new areas, I guess. But yeah, I'm trying to think exactly where we're at now. I'm drawing a blank. I started playing a closed fist walkthrough, and man, they really give you some horrible choices. You can really do some messed up stuff to people. So it's kind of cool though that again I mentioned it in a couple of the other videos. The replay value on this game is pretty awesome. I mean, you can play through it a bunch of times and still not get everything. All right, so here we're outside of outside the tea house, and I'm gonna pick up a couple of the side quests here. So
can't help it.
We'll stop and talk to a couple of people.
Please, I'm just a humble woman. My name is Seamstress Lawn, and I have a problem I don't know how to solve. I thought you could help, but I was afraid to speak to you. It's my fiancé, Baker Bay. Every day a group of thugs attacks him and beats him up. He tries to avoid them, but they find him wherever he goes. The beatings are getting worse. I'm terrified they're going to kill him. After I saw you take on those sailors, I thought, well... But there isn't! My poor Bay has done nothing to these men. They attack him for no reason at all. Please, you have to help him. I beg you. Thank you so much, kind sir. You don't know what this means to me. If our firstborn is a boy, he shall have your name. Bay is down at Beggar's Pier right now in the southeast corner of town. If you hurry, you can probably get there before the thugs attack him today.
Alright, so I forget the name of that side quest, but it's all about Baker Bay and, what's her name, Seamstress Lawn? Something like that. But, sounds like someone's beating the tar out of her boyfriend there, or fiance, I should say. So there is a bar of nickeled iron. We won't be able to use that for quite some time yet, but it's definitely a good item to pick up. I mean, the cool thing about those items in particular, they're all for a side quest coming up, and any of the ones that you can find out in the real world are a good thing, because that way you don't have to buy them. Typically that stuff is worth some cash. So there's a greater gem. That's pretty nice. And here the cook is he's got some pretty hilarious lines. So he doesn't really have anything as far as side quests go, but it's more like an ambience type of deal, I guess.
If I wanted human interaction, I'd have a kiosk in the square, or maybe a trough.
Why a trough? Well, we don't feed the animals, Mr. Tay. That's handled by the farmers.
Step back, Mr. Wong. You just step back. A polite response from one of you strangers? Go on, don't waste your respect on me. I'm no high minister. I just cook. Me? There's nothing to know about me. I cook for ungrateful people who do not understand what good food is.
Your palate is very sophisticated, Mr. Tay. Some say your dishes are, acquired tastes.
No, I am quite certain that the problem is with the customers. If you wish to keep your position, Mr. Wong, you will smile and nod. Mr. Wong is here to cut the vegetables and heft the rice bags. His job does not include criticizing the menu. I am the head chef. He is nothing.
But I am learning. I will train hard to become the best chef I can.
There's a small chance he could become slightly more than nothing, but I've seen no sign of it as yet. Some people are heroes, some merely clap as heroes walk by. Then go walk around it. I do not waste my time collecting rumors. Everybody eats. That is all I need to know. Me?
Your palate is...
The spirit world. You were talking about stories for children. I believe what I see. If I see it, it is real. Very simple. If you want some deeper discussion than that, go to a temple. Me, I will stay here and cook for the living. I hear stories just like everyone else, but they are always told by some scared farmer who wouldn't know the wind from a howl. I believe what I see. That's enough. Good. I need to concentrate on the menu. You want to eat, you'll leave me alone.
Alright, now that we got that out of the way, we can continue on here with our exploration of Tien's Landing. There's definitely quite a bit of, just random stuff around outside here. Different chests and whatnot, so you're going to want to make sure that you find everything. There's some pretty good stuff, too. I mean, that greater gem, that's... even if you don't decide to use it, and equip it, it's still worth money. So.
The Emperor won't allow those slaving pirates to keep attacking the villages. You'll see.
Alright, so where are we headed here? I think I'm going to go up and talk to... What is this guy? Minister something, I think. I think that's the dude that's up here.
Is there anything you need?
Or we'll just chat with Dawnstar, I guess, real quick.
No,
as far as your followers, I generally try to talk to, especially like Dawnstar, quite a bit. Because, again, I was going for the romance with her, and actually I went with the Silk Fox romance as well. The only way to do that is if you're a male character. The females can only romance, I believe it's Sky or Silk Fox, and the males can romance, let's see here, it's Dawnstar, Silk Fox, and Sky, but the only way to romance 2 at a time is the Dawnstar and Silk Fox. So. Alright, so we've got obviously a merchant here that's being stolen from Minister Shang. That was his name. Where would I put the lout?
My jail has been burned to the ground, along with my office, I might add. I have no place to put thieves, so stop questioning your betters. It is not easy to be Minister Shang, beset with troubles and doom, and now interrupted by some difficult stranger. Truly, can you not see that I am busy watching my career slide into oblivion? Minister Shang simply hasn't time for your petty concerns. I have problems of my own. The Ministry of Harmony, which oversees taxation and execution, usually in that order. But poor Minister Shang oversees nothing in this dying town. Nothing but failure! This backwater pimple of a town lives off of the lake created by the Great Dam. But the Great Dam is open and the lake is dry. The town is dying. Under my supervision. I have nary a clue. Unless... very well, you've convinced me to talk. It is dangerous to say anything, but I am a brave man. It was that horrible Inquisitor, Lim. Lim oversees the Lotus Assassin operations in this area. A few weeks ago, he came to town and demanded a key to the ruins. Then his men went up there and opened the Great Dam. Inquisitor Lim has his assassins searching for something, though what it is I couldn't say. Minister Shang knows better than to stick his nose in the business of the Lotus Assassins. I didn't want the town to panic, so I kept Lim's presence here a secret. Better the peasants think it was ghosts. A much less terrifying idea. Some brave soul must travel through the old ruins, which are absolutely not infested with ghosts, and close the great dam. The gate to the ruins is locked, but I have a key. I cannot order or even ask someone to go do this. If the great dam closes, the ruins will flood. Various assassins and soldiers will be killed. Not good for my career. But if I happen to lose the key and someone happened to find it, the town could be saved and the problem solved without any sanction from me. What are you talking about? I haven't given you anything. Although I will need that back when you're done. Oh, and I am certainly not going to tell you that the ruins can be reached by heading across the footbridge and out the west gate of town. It wouldn't be proper. Minister Shang remembers when flyers were reserved for the wealthy elite of the Imperial City. Now pirates use them to raid the countryside. Disgraceful. I suppose in theory you could find a flyer at the pirate camp upriver. In practice, however, I doubt you would find the pirates very accommodating. I suppose Rue the bosun is mad enough to take you if he's drunk. Yes. Rue is surely the only one who would make the trip. And then the pirates would kill you. Yes, yes. Go and leave Minister Shang alone to ponder his troubles. Now go close the great dam and...
Alright, so that's where we're getting the ruins key from. I actually kind of like that. If I would just happen to drop this key... Hey, did you just give me a key?
Finally, someone approaches me. I was worried that this town's courage had drained away with the water. You look like a man who is trained for combat. Would you like to put those skills to the test? Not personally, no. On behalf of Lord Yun, I'm here to find a skilled warrior who can deal with a unique problem. The great southern forest, which lies north of this village, suffers from a terrible disease. Every tree within its borders sickens, and the place is infested with ghosts of all manners. If we did, would I be here? Lord Yun, my master, seeks a way to open the forest again and make it safe for travel. He is prepared to reward whoever aids him. Our men are no match for the ghosts in the forest. Perhaps you are. As I said, the trees... No caravan dares to travel its depths, cutting off huge sections of the south from the Empire's heart. And Lord Yun collects no taxes when no one travels his lands. You must leave Tien's landing via the gate and follow the roadway to the north. The forest is but a short journey away, and Lord Yun makes his camp at the base of a hill, which should be easy to find. The path there is relatively safe, but travel beyond his camp and things worsen considerably. Go safely, and remember what I've said. Lord Yun needs the help of able warriors like yourself.
Alright, and we've got the messenger from Lord Yun. He kind of introduces you to the whole, the Great Forest side quest. Shouldn't say that. That's not really it's not a side quest. It is a main quest. You have to go there. So, yeah, it's one of the, I guess, 3 main quest arcs here. And this guy, the merchant here, I'm just gonna talk over him because he speaks Tao Fang, so or Tao whatever. I forget the name of that language, but he does have a little side quest there. And Tong can be found way down at the kind of down by the piers. And then there's actually a sealed gate that never opens. And he's actually behind that sealed gate, but there's more than one way to get there. Well, I shouldn't say that. There is only one way to get there. Because, you know, you can't use the actual gate, so kind of have to go around the long way, but that's okay. And the entrance to that area is down by Darting Lynx, I believe is her name. And she's got quite a few good techniques that can be learned. So we'll head down there eventually, too.
Ah, I see the glint of intelligence, nobility, wisdom, consideration, and piety in your eye. A fine day to you. What can I sell you? Well, I make my living by knowing people. I can clearly see that you are of the finest sort. That is to say, the sort with silver ready in hand. Could I interest you in some seed? What about a pitchfork? I have hay as well. I'm afraid I do not. Just a few years ago, you could find wind maps everywhere, although only the rich needed them with their airship racing. Recently, the wind maps have disappeared. I know that when the Emperor's men left Tien's landing, they took all the wind maps with them. There are those who say, but it is not important. Some say that Death's Hand is collecting all the wind maps and destroying them so that only he and his minions may travel freely about the Empire. However, I do not believe such talk. I believe firmly in the goodness, kindness, and wisdom of our Emperor and all those around him. I suppose there may still be merchants in the Imperial City who have some, and they were once so widely available that there must be some here and there. But I do not have any, nor do I know anyone who has one. I have the finest selection of seed, I carry excellent baskets, wonderful fishnets, and superb boat scrubbers. I have a cloak so warm it's like a weapon against the cold. I have a scrubber so good that it cleans like magic. Who wouldn't want a basket so big you can carry 2 babies in it? Very well. When you're ready to spend, I am ready to sell.
As far as I can tell, Merchant Chiu there, he does not have anything as far as side quests. He has no bearing on any events in the town whatsoever. He's just
The Emperor won't
I don't
allow
know.
those slaving pirates to
He's
keep
just a
attacking the
merchant.
villages.
I don't really know why they tossed him in there.
Ing better figure out a way to get us out of here soon.
Because again, you know, you can't ever buy anything from him. You can't get any, you know, open palm or closed fist from him. Points anyway. So I don't. Again, I don't really know why they tossed him in there, but is he so beautiful? He makes people cry.
Captain Ing can't get this ship out soon.
I have that effect on people. So beautiful I make people cry. Okay, no, that's complete crap. That's not true at all. I don't think a single person's cried by looking at me. Maybe because I was so ugly. I don't know. I doubt it though. I think I'm a happy in between. All right, so here's actually a little gem. I don't think I'd consider that hidden, but.
What do you want? I'm Way.
Old Way.
Some call me Old Way, but that's because
I don't think this guy has anything really all that important. He's got a little bit of good background info.
A week older than me.
You know, about the town and whatnot.
We're both pretty old compared to most.
I actually would say that he's pretty important.
Most of them don't even remember
because
what it was like
you know he gives you an actual real account of what happened.
Emperor's son was young
when the drought actually came.
From ending the drought, he began public works all over the empire, including the great dam downriver. The workmen came and started building it near our town. We were not engineers, and so we were not sure what it would mean. Some worried that it might flood us out. Most were unconcerned. After all, if there were any danger, the Emperor would tell us, surely. One day, the great dam was finished, and the floodgates were closed. The town flooded. We took what we could and fled. Mothers ran about screaming for their children who'd gone out to play. Children screamed for their dogs. Some folks climbed to the roofs of their houses and refused to leave. We survivors straggled upriver. Some collapsed from exhaustion, but the water kept rising. I carried a boy and a girl, and I saw another boy fall, but I couldn't carry him. Finally, I fell over too, and when I woke, I found the water had stopped rising. The great dam had created an enormous lake, and we settled our new town on the banks. The lake completely covered the ruins of our town. Life went on, but no word ever came from the Imperial City. No warning, no explanation. Did we displease the Emperor, or were we just beneath his notice? I will never know. The crewmen who manned the Great Dam would come to town sometimes, but they knew no more than we. I will go to my grave, never knowing. The people started a new life here, but there was much pain and sorrow. Conversations would trail off. At night you could hear women sobbing, and not a few men. Finally, people stopped talking about the past, and then they refused to talk about it altogether. And eventually they pretended it never happened. Well, you look like you know how to fight. You look like you can stand up for yourself, so you don't understand. We are villagers. We farm and fish. We live at the mercy of the gods, nature, and the Emperor. If one or all of these masters is kind, it is good. If one or all choose to be cruel, well, there's nothing we can do about it. We just have to get the fish hauled in. A few months ago, the Emperor's engineers and soldiers left. They just went off in the night. Soon after, the Great Dam opened on its own. There wasn't anyone around.
And what is with this chick totally photobombing right here? There's a couple of instances here where, depending on your character angles, where you initiate a dialogue with certain people, it can do some kind of funny stuff like this. So it is what it is, I suppose. It can be pretty funny sometimes.
We are simple people, and the Great Dam is not a simple thing. They say there is magic involved in its construction. Well, thank you for listening, youngster. Not many do anymore.
Everything I am, I owe to the Emperor.
Greetings, one.
Very.
Alright, it looks like I'm really taking my time leveling up here. Not really sure why, but guess it's not the end of the world.
You leave this youngster alone, you cantankerous old goat. He looks like he could put you down without a thought. Might do us all a favor. Get on with your day, youngster. We're just passing time.
There we go. Finally got to the leveling up. It's about time. 8 points to spend. Alright, let's get into Leaping Tiger. I went heavy. Actually, I guess I went pretty balanced. Normally, I think what I would have done actually would be to level up the speed all the way first. Because the damage isn't, it's not all that important right away. And I feel like speed really helps you out. You know, getting those attacks off faster can really can kind of keep the enemy, I guess, like reeling. You know, normally, and not every enemy is this way. The Ravager comes to mind, but most enemies will, you know, reel a little bit when you actually make contact with them, or when you're punching them in the face. So the faster you can get your attacks off, you know, the more they'll kind of be backpedaling, and you'll be able to just continue to land more and more strikes on them without them retaliating.
Oknikofia apania sasa tatasi no ni nano yok yo we sonsi ya wo yo could kosi we were ya wo no ya if we are okta weekend. Also awi ni to oksumpono. Tatsa ya okayowe ya fonia sisa ya trus.
Alright, so this dirtbag here wants us to, what was it, destroy the dam controls and leave it, was it open? I can't remember if the dam is actually open or closed right now. But essentially, he wants to keep the pirates here in town because he's making so much money off of wine, basically getting them drunk all the time. So yeah, that's a pretty big choice. Obviously, it has some pretty major impacts. Here, I miss this dialogue. These two guys, there's two pirates there that are like harassing one of the townswomen, and the options that you can say to the woman and then the pirates afterwards are pretty hilarious. So if you see those guys there, make sure you talk to them. It's definitely worth it.
I would remember you. You should turn right around and leave this town. Trust me. I am Gufu, Great One. Some call me Gufu the Sweet, though I don't know why. I usually smell like the fish I sell. Perhaps they are making fun of me. But now, there are no fish to sell. I have lived in Tien's Landing all my life, but now, I'm ashamed to say, I wish I lived somewhere else. Everything in Tien's Landing is falling apart. Shang, the local minister, is helpless to deal with all our troubles. You should get out while you can. You don't know? The Great Dam has been opened, and now the river's level has dropped. It's too low and fast to navigate. Without the river, we are nothing. The merchants can't buy goods from the Imperial City. The traders can't sell to the outside world. The men cannot fish, and our children go hungry. And if that wasn't bad enough, we have the pirates to worry about too. They've been raiding the countryside, taking prisoners to sell into slavery. The dam is downriver from us. When it was closed, it slowed the flow of the river, causing it to back up and the water level to rise. But with the dam open, the water drains away too quickly, and our river, the lifeblood of this town, has become a trickle. The river has no fish, and the ships can't navigate it. The dam was built nearly 20 years ago, causing the river to rise. Now the dam is open, and the river has fallen so low no ships can navigate it. Tien's Landing cannot survive without the river, but nobody in the town dares to go into the ruins to close the dam. The ruins are haunted with the spirits of the dead. It's bad luck to speak of such things.
Alright, so Gufu the Sweet here. I don't think that as far as, open palm versus closed fist, there isn't much for open palm players to do here with her, but a closed fist player can basically extort some money out of her and get some closed fist points, so kind of nice. It's not, it's not very much money, but it is what it is.
I wish I could help you, Great
And
One,
it's definitely, the more closed fist points you can get early on, the better, I guess. But alright, I'm gonna cut the commentary here, so like, comment, subscribe, whatever you guys want to do. Hope the guys are helpful. Hope you're liking them, and hope you join me for more. Alright, thanks for watching.
Of course. Airship? I've only heard of such things. Graceful ships that sail through the air? I've always longed to see one, but I'm just a simple peasant. Perhaps Minister Shang would know something of this. He once lived in the Imperial City. I have heard the skies above it are filled with airships. He's probably in the tea house right behind me. Even with things as bad as they are, Rue isn't the type to miss out on his drinking. Take care of yourself, stranger, and be glad that you do not live in Tien's Landing.